Mr. Lark, you are the executive director, program in cybersecurity studies at George C. Marshall European Center for Cyber Studies. Could you please tell us what are the main objectives of this endeavor?
Well, at the Marshall Center, we're a German-American partnership, and cybersecurity is just one of the transnational challenges we address. We also have a program in transnational organized crime and in also countering terrorism. As you know, cybersecurity touches every citizen in society, touches the government, touches business. And what we try to do there is address some of the key challenges in cybersecurity: public-private partnerships, internet governance, protection of intellectual property, combating terrorism and cybercrime, protection of critical infrastructure. So we talk about the challenges in cybersecurity, and we do it through a lens of whole of government, whole of society, and do it globally. Because it really doesn't matter where you're from, the challenges in cybersecurity are the same. If you're in Africa, if you're in Central Asia, if you're in a small Pacific island, the challenges for government officials, for private citizens, for corporations, and senior leaders, they have to address the same challenges. And most of those challenges are based in law development, strategies, and policies.
And also education. We talk about education a lot.
Yes.
At this forum, yeah?
And as you can imagine, the educational challenges really are fundamental. When do you start training people in mathematics, in computer science, but even in the soft skills of, psychology and other social sciences? They all have a role to play in improving cybersecurity.
That's true. You mentioned public-private partnership. During the conference, we are talking a lot about this PPP cooperation. Could you please tell us, how do you understand this process and what are the key factors for success?
Well, public-private partnerships in cybersecurity are absolutely vital because most of the internet infrastructure is owned by private industry. So the challenges of trying to improve cybersecurity in the cyber domain for all of citizens of the world really rests not with regulation, not with more laws. We're going to innovate our way out of this through entrepreneurs. But we need to make sure that at the beginning and in the foundation, private businesses have an essential role in this. And it needs to be something that private industry generally does on their own, because that bottom-up approach, I think, will achieve more results. If we legislate public-private partnerships and put extra costs on private businesses, especially small and medium enterprises who are trying to compete globally, it's a bit of a challenge. So I think a bottom-up approach, one, maybe public-private partnerships that are organized functionally instead of broadly, and then realizing that different public-private partnerships are going to manifest themselves in different ways, whether locally, nationally, regionally, or globally. And this is the challenges. This is all happening at the same time.
It is. And the CyberSEC conference is a place where we meet state and public and private as well. How do you find this edition? It's the second time you've been to the conference. Yeah. How do you find it?
Well, it's nice. It's the right people are here, certainly not only from Poland, but from Europe, and there's a few Americans that are here, which is sort of nice as well. One of the things, it's, CyberSEC Forum, European cybersecurity, but let's face it, cybersecurity is a global problem and challenge. And, having a few more global partners here, because the problems that exist not only in Poland and in Europe, the same problems are everywhere. And I think bringing other partners who have examined and faced challenges differently, but then also tried to figure out how to address them, they could learn from participating in a good forum like this.
Yeah, what would you expect from forums like that?
Well, that's a little bit about what our program at the Marshall Center does. We bring people from all over the world to share their experiences and talk about their challenges. But we do it mostly focused for government officials. But as I said, one of the key things we have to do is recognize we have to bring private industry and civil society to bring in and talk about those challenges that are important to them, because it's a complex challenge that we have to address, collaboratively.
All right, thank you very much. We hope to see you next year as well.
Oh, sure.
And we hope to follow their cooperation as well.
Thank you.
Thank
so